Welcome to the Vets Unleashed,
where we gather animal professionals and animal enthusiasts to discuss the most pressing, silly, and interesting topics in the animal kingdom. I'm Dr. Scott.
And I'm Dr. Mike. Cheers. And this is a special one.
Cheers to Dr. Stephanie.
To Dr.
Cheers.
Stephanie. All right.
To Dr. Stephanie Hahn.
Let's just start drinking right away.
And that's a good one. We are resurrecting an old drink because this was the first drink that it's called the DVM, and it was, I think, Mike's concoction, right?
I think so, yeah. The Davis Vegan Martini.
But it's a chocolate martini, but DVCM didn't really fit. So
no, not really.
Chocolate's in parentheses.
Yeah. And I used I know everybody's so wondering what it was, but it's vodka, and it's hazelnut liqueur, white chocolate liqueur, which you have to find a vegan one, and oat milk, and then shake it all together equal parts, and then a little cinnamon on top.
It's good. Anything with Frangelico is delicious.
So good. I actually put a little vanilla whipped cream on top too.
Ooh.
Oh.
That's exciting.
Oh, wow.
They bring that over. Well,
Stephanie, welcome.
Yeah.
Hi. It's been a while, I think.
It has. We still get, at least I live in Davis, so I get to see you every once in a while, which is nice.
Every once in a while I do stop by. Yes.
And this is the first one where we get to introduce you as Dr. Stephanie Hahn.
Almost so very close to Dr. Hahn.
Yeah.
You haven't switched the tassel yet.
Not yet. Soon, very, very soon. But it's hitting me. It's like, wow, 4 years have gone by, and I could be a doctor.
You, for the most part, you are. You're like 99.8% downloaded, right?
I'm almost there. I would say my brain is already there. Like, oh, graduated, all done. My heart is like, are you really a doctor? Are you sure? And then my body is like, you are a retired veterinarian dragging your body to the finish line. That's how I feel. So
maybe we should do another one of these when she's our age.
Well, that's assuming we're still here.
What are you doing in 30 years?
In 30 years? I would hope I'm retired, maybe. One can hope.
You won't be retired.
No, I won't be. I can try. I can try really
just
hard
tired.
for that one, but just tired. Yeah, that's where I'm at.
Well, I'm curious to know, let's go way back to that first time you met us. Like looking back over the 4 years now, with hindsight, knowing what you know now, having been through it and on the, almost out the door, has your perspective on those years changed? And what is it like looking back now? Because I'm sure it's, with any milestone, you sort of reflect over how you got here, what it took to add doctor to your name. So what do you think?
Yeah. 4 years ago, when I bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, so excited to take on the world, I look back at it and I don't know how I did it. Truly. I remember taking on so much responsibility so quickly and being so exhausted, but for some reason just kept going with it. And, as the years went on, I had a very type A mentality, I think, going into vet school. I think that's the best way of putting it. I was go-getter, tried to do everything in the world to better my career, all that fun stuff. But as the years went on, I just kept looking at myself like, why am I doing so much? And part of it was, I don't know if it's coming from undergrad and you're like, I have to do everything to try to get into vet school. I don't know what happened, but something along the way, I just decided I was tired. That was it. I was tired.
Crazy idea here, but maybe you were tired.
Yeah, crazy idea. I think I was tired managing school, and I mean at the time class presidency, I was on the board for many clubs. I was dog sitting. I had 3 jobs. Like I don't know what I was thinking. God, I was like, what is this?
Yeah.
And
working too, right? You worked through most of your veterinary
I worked
schooling.
all throughout vet school. I was a shelter tech at a shelter back at home, so I would drive 2 hours home to go work with them on weekends. And then I worked as a blood bank technician at the UC Davis Vet Hospital. And then I also worked as an ER technician at the UC Davis Vet Hospital. And then, I had 4 jobs. I helped pre-vet students get into vet school. I was reading their essays and setting up meetings. And oh my gosh, I'm thinking, I'm like getting a headache thinking about all of that. But
also
I think
a podcast
somewhere along
celebrity.
the way, I just
yes.
I don't know about celebrity, but podcast guest appearance, yes.
Frequent podcast host and contributor.
Yeah.
There we go. I like that. But somewhere along the way, like knowing what I know now, if I could go back and tell myself something, I would have said go and enjoy life more the first 2 years of vet school, because something switched in my head where I was like, you know what? I was tired. That was it. And I couldn't do anymore. And I decided to get rid of, not get rid of, but just replace the time that I was using, with school and clubs and all this stuff, and started investing that time into myself. And I have to say, I kind of became like a type AB person where when I'm at school, I will, do everything. I'm a go-getter. Like, you want me to take 3 inpatients? Heck yeah, I'll do it. But when I'm outside of school, I have a very calm, things are just zen. I don't stress out about things. Things will just happen and go. I don't need to do things all the time. And sometimes that translates into my clinic year where they'll be like, oh, Stephanie, we have this inpatient coming and this one's waiting in ER. I'm like, okay, but it's still in ER. It's not here for me yet. It's there. But if it gets transferred, then I'll start, doing everything. But at the time, it's sitting in the other room. It's not my problem. So my mentality for this year has been if it's not a me problem, I'm not going to worry about it, So
excellent.
It's been very calm this year, which is odd to say.
Do you think that that's more common with your classmates? Is that something that happens as you go through vet school, or do you think that's more of a personal journey? Do you see some people getting more type A, more stressed than they were even in the first couple years?
Yeah, I feel like it's definitely person dependent. I think some people maybe do stress out more when they get to clinical year. But I feel like that has a lot to do with I've been in that hospital for almost 8 years now, working, whether that was a technician or not. But I think there's some sort of comfort level of me being there because, when I rotated through ER 3 times this year, it felt like going home because it was like, oh, Stephanie's here. Oh, she can, she'll take cases. I knew where all the supplies were. Something, needed CPR. I was up and in there because I have done it before, versus I feel like other people in my class haven't had those same opportunities and maybe we're more stressed about I don't want to be in the way, but how can I contribute? And I still want to see what's going on. Or maybe they're just not as comfortable with emergency medicine, which is totally okay. Emergency is emergency. But I think depending on the person, I think some people did become, more, I don't want to say more type A, but just more concerned about everything, about making a name for themselves, getting letters of rec, whatever it is they needed. And then some people became very relaxed as well. So I feel like it depends on the person. I became a relaxed person. I was very happy during clinics for the most part.
Yeah.
What was it like for you, Mike? Did you were you like more on the Stephanie side, becoming more relaxed or more
That is
intense?
I was, I think I'm a lot like Stephanie in that I was involved in everything. I did, I don't know if I was class president. I was student AVMA rep, and
I know I was.
yeah, and I and I was in the OTS, and I was president of the veterinary fraternity, and just pretty much everything I could do, I did. Um, and I did find that got in the way the first couple years of studying, and I found myself wanting to do those things because I was so tired of the didactic learning where everybody gets slogged down that sophomore year because you're just tired of learning and you want to be doing the animal stuff. And then there was that switch over in our junior year where we started doing, junior surgeries and doing a little more case-based learning. And that for me, I really felt like I blossomed as far as my veterinary career and really getting re-energized as far as wanting to be a veterinarian and not somebody who's at the school and rah-rah doing all the school stuff. But it took a semester for me to not be as engaged as I should have been, to really learn that.
And Stephanie, looking back at your second year now,
Mhm.
I think both Mike and I probably terrified you.
Yeah.
How accurate were our warnings? And would you also agree with us that the second year was a bear?
Second year was tough. Second year, I would agree with your warnings. It was definitely, um, I have to say, probably the hardest year of vet school. And honestly, for my personal life, probably the saddest as well. I think I just felt like I lost connection with vet school for a little bit because I was doing so much. And, I talk about like, oh, like I wish I didn't do as much, things like that. But looking back at it now, I don't regret it because I wouldn't be who I am if I didn't go through that. I think it's really important that to realize that now I look at it, I'm like, dang, like what did I do to myself? But at the same time, if I didn't do that, I wouldn't be me right now. And I'm very content with my life right now. I'm pretty happy. Nothing really gets me down anymore. I mean, things are sad, things make me mad, but I'm happy I think the trauma of first and second year doesn't it just kind of like was like, "Oh, you're okay. Don't worry about anything else."
There is a
Yeah.
sense definitely after the second year. I remember feeling in my junior year like, even if I didn't study, throw any test at me, I can figure it out with what I know so far.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or
Yeah.
at least make a educated guess about pretty much anything. Like
Yeah.
throw it at me.
Yeah.
Which is where
So
it's where a lot of that veterinary mentality, or I think doctor mentality, where people ask you a question, you say, "I don't know," and then you answer it.
uh-huh. But
Yeah.
here's what I
Here's
think
what I
based
think.
on what I do
Yeah.
know. And it's usually right,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
You
Of
know,
course
like
we are.
all the
Yeah.
then you actually dig deep and you're like, "Oh, I was right."
Yeah. Yeah. I think in my head, when I went into fourth year, I was like, I'm never gonna, like, I'm not gonna know the answer to anything. And everyone was like, cancer is the answer. And so anytime someone was like,
Google has it right.
yeah, they were like, what is your differential for this dog? Like, what's happening? I'm like, cancer. That's the answer.
Or blasto.
Yeah.
Or
Blasto
blasto.
Oh,
Yeah.
blasto.
Always infectious. Yeah. Infectious, inflammatory, and cancer.
Yeah.
Those are your answers.
Exactly.
And sometimes
So
even in California, it's blasto, right?
sometimes.
Exactly.
Very rarely, but yes, sometimes.
Yes.
Yes. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's been a journey.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Well, let's take a quick break, Scott. I think it's a good time. Take a little break, and then we'll come back and we'll find out about the last couple years and where Stephanie's going now. Hi, this is Dr. Mike, the Bowtie Vet Guy. Thanks for tuning in to The Vets Unleashed. If you want to find out more about us or our guests, or to leave an amazing review, head on over to thevetsunleashed.com or find us on Instagram or Facebook at The Vets Unleashed. There you'll find information on the podcast, how to be a guest, and our lecture series and speaking availability. Now let's get back to the show.
And we are back with very soon to be Dr. Stephanie Hahn. Welcome back and cheers again with our
Cheers.
DVM cocktails.
Yours is empty. You drank it all
I-
too fast.
It was
I'm
this
telling
much.
you, add
It's-
Frangelico
oh my
to
gosh.
anything. It's still elderflower liqueur. This is what I've learned from over 100 episodes now. And
Yeah.
as we start season 8, by the way, you're the first episode of our season 8.
Yeah.
Ah, that's so exciting.
Yes, after our 100th episode extravaganza.
Oh, that's
So,
exciting.
which you're also on.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
check
yes.
check
Oh, yes,
Stephanie
I'm
out.
there too.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're
Yes.
everywhere.
But I have learned that any cocktail, if you add elderflower liqueur or frangelico, hazelnut liqueur, it's elevated.
Yep.
It's bougie. It's delicious. I like them all.
Yep.
Sign me up.
You did make that. We went over for drinks one day and you put elderflower
did.
liqueur in it, and that was delicious. I do have to
Yes.
say it was really good. I really
And that
liked
was with the Empress gin, which is the
Yes.
Oh, the
that beautiful
Blue.
bluish purple gin.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's my favorite gin.
so
I know.
good.
I take care of you when you come over.
I know. I like it.
Now I feel bad that I live so far away.
Yeah, you have to move closer. Well,
Welcome to my life every day. I'm like, why? Why can't Mike live here too? But interestingly now, well, should we reflect on the last couple years? Because it sounds like you figured a lot out about yourself and about how you fit into vet school in those first couple years. What would you say? Like third year is kind of that tweener year. How do you feel about maybe third year and now fourth year in clinics? How has it been for you?
oh wow. Well, we did the third year podcast. It went pretty well, I think. I loved it more than any other year, like first and second year, just because it is that clinical medicine that kicks in. And I think with my ER background and tech medicine background, it was kind of cool to be like, oh, I know why we do all of this now. It makes more sense in my brain. And then fourth year hit. Wow, I felt dumb. I'm not, I won't lie.
Oh.
I felt really dumb for a very long time. And I think a part of it was okay, I had a couple fears going. Who doesn't have fears? But I had a couple fears getting into fourth year. It was because I've been working in that hospital for so long. I kept thinking that people had expectations of me, like, oh, she's been here as a tech. Like, she should know why we do things, how we do things. And that definitely scared me. And I think I got so nervous and so scared I didn't want to say anything wrong that I chose not to say anything for a little bit. And that actually hurt me because I wasn't learning. So I lost a little bit of confidence in myself, I would say, probably for a month while I actually adjusted to being a student versus a technician, which was a hard part.
Oh yeah.
And then, yeah, it's people are like, oh my gosh, you're finally here. You know, and I love everybody there. They've been so supportive. Anytime I had problems, it would always help me. But for a little bit, I just kept thinking, like, oh my gosh, they expect so much more from me because I've been working here, but in fact they weren't. They expected me to be like any other student, still learning, figuring things out. Like, sure, I can place catheters for you more often and like I'm more comfortable with the procedures, but definitely had to, tell myself academically in my head, like I'm still student learning and they're not expecting anything more than someone who hasn't worked here, like as long as I have. So that was a really big learning curve for me.
Well, and the fact
Yeah.
is, there is a difference between a technician and what they bring and how they think about a case compared to the doctor. Both very important, but I think just like a nurse and a doctor, right? One's more patient centric, patient focused, and one is really more, being
Medicine.
the doctor,
Yeah.
diving into the medicine, thinking about all the ramifications of everything we do that's on that medical treatment plan, not just taking care of the patient.
Right.
I shouldn't say just.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not only taking care of the patient.
Yeah. Yeah. And I found that like the
And
hard
administering the treatments.
Yeah, I found the hard part was trying to take all of that information that you had and like figure out how to do the job in a short period of time, right? Like, so if you're sitting down and you have a test and you have time to sit and think about it, it's, you can work through it. But if somebody says, okay, what do you think this is? And you have to know, like, conversationally, you're expected to have the answer in those few seconds. But it takes time to learn how to do that.
Yeah, no, I think that was hard because we would have rounds every morning, or, you would have individual rounds depending on what rotation I was on. And it was hard because they'd be like, okay, Stephanie, you presented your case. What is going on? And I remember sitting there and I would say, it's cancer, because I couldn't think of anything else. And it necessarily wasn't wrong, right?
Right.
Because it's always an option. But they kept saying, like, in this specific dog, do you think it's likely that this dog has cancer? And I was like, no, but it's always an option. And so I think it took me about a month to 2 months to really get my confidence in becoming, like, I guess, a more confident doctor or student doctor. Um, and it was hard because I was like, I know this stuff, I know it, but whenever someone asked me, like the resident or faculty asked me, I was like, I don't know. Oh, I don't know. My brain was gone, and it's true. Like, I, people would answer, and I'm like, I knew that answer. But when someone asks me directly, my brain just goes, oh, nothing. Oh,
Yeah.
4 years, nothing. Nope.
Can't. Well, and isn't it interesting? We talked about this. We had an episode on are you an average vet, right?
Yeah.
Because, by definition, half of the vets are below average, at or below average, right? So I remember thinking back to veterinary school, and I remember sort of finding my place and my confidence level. I would see some people that maybe they were right more than me. They were usually very smart people, but they were overly confident to the point that if you don't have a little humility, I always worried about them. Like, sure, they may be more confident in me and saying, this is blasto or this is absolutely cancer. Let's go on a tumor hunt. But when, you know, if and when they were ever wrong, they really struggled with that because they were so used to being right all the time. And I felt like I didn't want to be that overconfident person. I wanted to always be humbled by medicine. Did you feel yourself finding your place with that as well? Is that kind of what you're describing?
Yeah, definitely felt humbled. I think there were some parts especially when I rotated through ER, you get a vomiting dog. I can go through that differential for you, no problem. But there were times that I sat back and I was like, I kind of loved how confident I was, but I have to keep in mind that I can't be overconfident that I know it all the time. It's good to know that I know that differential, and that made me feel good, but every case is different and I have to consider the whole picture all the time. So definitely I loved that I knew it so well, but I'm trying to stay humble and know that, every case is different. I have to take it all in one at a time and truly think about the whole situation.
Right.
Right.
Without being so humbled that you lose confidence
Right.
Exactly.
and you can't function either, which because there are people on both sides
Yeah.
of that
Yeah.
Yeah. And I found that I think
spectrum.
I think I've said before, I play the what if I'm wrong game in my head, right? Like, so I come up with my differential list. I think what's most likely, how we're going to do it, and what I'm going to recommend for treatments and talk to people. And then in the back of my head, I sit and I think for a second, what if I'm wrong? What if it's, what if I play that game with myself to try and pick apart my thought process? And I do that on pretty much every case. And it only takes a few seconds to be like, have I considered everything? What if I'm wrong? And a big part of that is having,
And what if it is one of those other
yeah,
things? How would my current treatment affect it?
exactly,
Like, even though I
exactly.
think I'm probably right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's where it's nice to have like other veterinarians that I work with that I'm comfortable talking things out with and being wrong and making boneheaded suggestions that they're not going to judge me for that.
And now the question that I think all our listeners are wondering, what's next for the newly minted Dr. Hahn?
Yeah, so
And are you excited about it?
oh, okay. It's a big question. So I applied to I don't know what the acronym actually stands for, but it's VERMP. It's like veterinary VERMP, VIRMP. Don't know what it stands for. Some kind of
Really
veterinary.
rolls off the tongue,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
Verm.
I know it's veterinary something
Internship and residency
matching
program.
Oh yeah, that would make sense. Yeah. So I applied through the VERMP. And I matched at my number one choice. I am going to Angel AMC in Boston, Massachusetts next year for a small animal rotating internship. It's a very large private practice hospital, so I'm excited.
Yeah.
Affiliated with Tufts, though, correct?
I don't
Is there an
actually.
affiliation, or are they a separate entity?
I think
they're
they're
separate.
separate.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're near each other, though.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
near each other's. So I will be going there for a year. So I move after graduation. And am I excited? Yes. Hold on. There's a huge but. I'm excited for the program because I finally get to be a doctor. And from what I've heard from other interns and other people, is that Angel turns out very competent, amazing doctors. And that if I chose to do a residency, they can get me there. So I'm excited for that. What I'm not excited for is the weather. I need to find a coat that will keep me warm, which if anybody knows me, I am like my fingers turn blue. Like it's probably, I don't know, like 70 degrees right now and I'm freezing.
I'm wearing a
Yep.
Yeah.
It's cold here.
So it's cold in
Yeah.
Davis. I don't know how I'm gonna do in like negative, I don't know. Negative. I don't
Yeah.
even think
Oh,
it's negative, like 15
It'll be
degrees.
It'll be
negative.
negative. It'll be
Yeah.
It'll be
fine. Yeah.
negative in
Mhm.
Boston.
Yeah. So
And it's also a wet cold, which is even
Yeah.
worse.
so the colds, I need like boots,
Yep.
I need wool socks, and then in the summer it's humid,
It is.
which I don't know if anyone has ever met me in humidity, but I will sweat. My hair looks like a lion.
Yeah.
Mine too.
I like to stay dry,
Yeah.
and California is dry. We are a dry heat
Yeah.
state, which I have always loved. I cannot.
I'll be showing up to your graduation when it's like 97 degrees with like Sorel boots for you to walk to your internship in.
Yeah. So
Yeah. Layers. It's all about the layers.
Yes. It's
all
layers.
about the layers.
Yeah, I'm excited because it's a city, and so I get to explore. It's not New York, and I think I've been to New York, and it was very congested, and I think Boston is one step down from that, where there's still a lot of things to do, a lot
Cool
of people
city.
to
Yeah.
meet. Yeah, and
It's
there's
neat.
still like good public transportation.
The T.
But the T. Well, I was told it was the trolley,
Oh.
not to call it the train.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I can say
Yeah.
the T or it's a trolley.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I've been in Davis for 8 years, so
Yeah.
small city,
Yeah.
going to a bigger city,
Yeah.
and then we'll figure out what happens.
There's nowhere to
after
park your
that.
car.
Oh,
Yeah.
if I have a Boston accent, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
I can't wait. Then you're definitely coming back on
Yeah.
the podcast.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, it's
let me
wicked.
get my pen out of my
yeah,
drawer. Wicked.
You're gonna give
this
me all the
dog.
R words.
Yeah.
You'll only drink Sam Adams.
Yeah, exactly.
If we try and make you tea, you'll just throw it into the harbor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
History joke.
So, yeah.
And that's all I got
There you
for
go.
Boston.
Yeah, so I'll be spending
That's
1
awesome.
year there, and then I don't know if I'm going to do residency. I mean, people can know how old I am, but I'm 26, and I know people say I'm young, but I have been in school for such a long time that I really want to start living my life and enjoying the things that I've sacrificed, like my 20s for, like the early to now 20s. I haven't gone on many trips and things like that, and then COVID hit at the same time, so I feel like I've missed out on a good chunk that I could go out and do everything I loved. So we'll see about residency, but
Hopefully we've given you enough to somehow muster through.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get wool socks and
Yeah.
a coat and some shoes, some warm shoes.
Yeah.
And don't get the gloves with no fingers in them because your fingers
Yeah.
get cold.
Yeah.
So you'll need.
Yeah.
I
You'll need-
made that mistake. I went to Paris and it snowed, and it looked like half my fingers were red, and then
Yep.
it was weird looking. So
And I believe the science is out and that gloves are warmer than mittens.
Oh,
oh,
Make a note of it.
okay.
okay.
Settled science.
Yeah, I was gonna go to like Uniqlo because they're very warm over
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
So I was just gonna go
That's
and
great.
go shopping.
What's the one that's made with like alpaca and wacuna?
I think it's called alpaca
Ooh.
wacuna gloves.
No, Mike, you have some stuff. It's in downtown Park City. It's
Uh,
you literally have bought
I
Kappa.
oh
I don't know what this is.
I'm
Cotopaxi.
thinking about
We'll think of
gifts.
it.
Cotopaxi.
Yeah, Cotopaxi.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do have a hat.
Oh,
You're
okay,
right. You're right.
okay.
Yeah.
So
Anyway,
many opportunities. As a Minnesotan, I can draw on my years
yeah,
of my earlier life to help find the perfect graduation gift for
yeah.
you.
Moon boots.
Oh,
I'm excited.
Yep.
yes, I'm excited. Oh yeah, you're coming, Mike. You have to come too.
I will do
You
my
have
best.
to come, Mike.
I have a ticket reserved for you.
Okay. Well, we couldn't be prouder of you.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's absolutely true. Good.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Make sure you take the time to
Enjoy it.
just whether it's looking in the mirror or going out and celebrating with friends, just,
Yeah.
to acknowledge what you've accomplished and
Yep.
let yourself know that you did a good job, you made it. And
I
that's
made it.
Yeah.
that
I
is
did
worth
it.
Yeah.
celebrating.
Cheers
Thank you. Cheers.
To Dr. Hahn.
to Dr. Hahn. Yep. Oh, we had finished it a while ago. Okay, and there
Just bring in the Frangelico.
Yeah, I know. Just pour it right in. We could do one last thing if you're game. I know we're already a little over
Okay.
time, but we'll see if this works.
Let's do it.
Scott, you want to?
Oh, yes, because yes.
Go for it.
So for our season 8, we are answering viewer mail.
Ooh.
So we've got one question for you, and we will let you, as a newly minted Dr. Hahn, we'll let you tell us how you would answer this question. So
Okay.
Mike, if you will.
Dear Vets Unleashed, my brother-in-law is annoying. He always knows the right answer to everything, and he is constantly mansplaining to me. At Thanksgiving this year, we got into a fight about whether vets were real doctors. He actually used those stupid air quotes. I defended you, but everyone at the table seemed to side with him. How do I convince him that I'm right or that my sister should dump him? Signed, Fed Up in Fredericksburg.
Wow. After 4 years, I take offense to this question. I am a doctor. I am a real doctor. We are all real doctors because I have to go through the same process that a real doctor, with my stupid air quotes, has to go through.
Yeah.
I have to go through 4 years of training, and then if I choose to, a rotating internship with a residency. But I have to say, I think vet school is harder. I think it is harder than medical school. So I am a real doctor because I have to know more species than a human doctor does. And I have to, it's not just, oh, I'm focusing on neurology for the rest of my life. If I go into general practice, I have to know bits of everything for every species. And gosh, those cats are all different than dogs. They can't be the same. They have to be different. And you know what? Vet school is also harder to get into because there are less schools with less seats, and we have to take the GRE or, whatever. We could also take the MCAT to get into vet school, but we had to do that. And I had to interview. I had to do all of this, get through and graduate. So, what was this? Fed Up in
Fredericksburg.
Fredericksburg. I don't know where that is. I'm so sorry that you have a
Should she just dump him then?
Yes.
Yeah. Well,
who do you think takes care of all the dogs and cats? We are doctors, and I don't care what anyone says.
Yeah.
We diagnose, we do surgery.
Yeah.
Exactly. Diagnose, surgery, prescriptions, whatever it is for animals, for multiple species.
Yeah.
We are doctors.
I once had my whole family, they were giving me a hard time about it, like, oh, not a real doctor. And right at that time, my brother's dog started reverse sneezing, like, right? And they're like, oh my God, what's wrong with it? What's wrong with it? And I looked at it, I go, who's not a real doctor now? And I just sat there and they're like, stop, help us.
Well, and I think I said at the beginning of our first podcast with you, you will learn over these 4 years truly what it means to put doctor in front of your name.
Yeah.
So I think you're there now. You have seen it all and done it. So
Yeah.
congratulations.
Thank you. Okay, last thing. I don't know if I can have people call me Dr. Han. That just sounds really weird to me. So I feel like, I mean, my staff, whoever I work with, it's going to be Stephanie. I can't do doctor. Like, that's really hard. You could even just point at me and be like, you. And I'd be like, yeah, what do you need? I don't know. But then someone was telling me because I look so young, thank you to whoever said that, that I should be addressed doctor because then there's like a form of respect between the client and then me. But
And you can always go in the middle, like Dr. Mike and
Yep.
Dr. Scott. You can be
yeah,
Dr. Stephanie or
I could
Dr.
just,
Steph.
yeah, I
You'll
might
figure
do
it out.
that because we'll
Yeah.
figure it out eventually.
Yeah.
But ooh, Dr. Stephanie. I got the chills.
Or just Doc.
Doc.
Doc, yeah.
Yep. Yep. Cool.
I'm excited.
Well, I think that's
It's
a
been
great
a journey
answer.
with you guys.
Yeah.
Welcome to the profession
Yeah.
and congratulations on finishing your degree and matching for the internship you wanted.
Yeah.
Yay.
Congratulations. Yeah.
Thank you.
Cheers to Dr. Stephanie Han.
Cheers.
Cheers. My cat says so too. Thanks for joining us for drinks and a conversation about veterinary medicine and our beloved animals. The Vets Unleashed podcast is wholly owned by the Vets Unleashed LLC with excellent production by Earweevil Audio. For more information about us, head over to thevetsunleashed.com. And as always, don't take advice from people who've been drinking.